You have to actually plug in the mic if you want it to work. I didn't have the XLR plugged in. That's all right. We'll get a couple people probably saying I'm muted in chat because of the delay. But I can go ahead and end the poll because I'm here. This should not have been a close poll. This should have been 100%. When have I ever been on time for stream? We must have 50% new people in here. Or some really hopeful long-time viewers. Just like normal, we can, if you want me to say your name out loud over the air, say something in chat, anything at all. Harry, I see you, and your name's changed, so we're good. Okay. I am very slow today. I was up way too late last night talking with my friend, but that's all right. We're here. I got to sleep a little bit more than I normally do pre-stream, and I actually managed to squeeze in a shower. I just got out of the shower, so don't say your name. Can't make any promises. Right now I won't. But I don't even look at the chats. When I see the list of names, I just read the names. I think you're being sarcastic though. At least I hope so. Okay. Let's go over what we got in stock. There I go again. It's just me. Still just me. There's no we. But the Mother 3 Game Boy Advance is back to fully working. I think this was the one that had the bad L or R. I fully replaced it. We're good. And it comes with a box. Within a box. They all come in a box, but you know. And then we've got Game Boys flying everywhere. We've got this clear black one. This one from the Mother 3 stream is also good to go. A Zelda and all yellow. These are V5s. I believe both of these are V2s. Yep. You can tell by the lens. The Game Boy Advance logo is a little too low on the V5s. That's all right. And we've got a Spice Orange that I actually had an email about today, and I forgot to respond to them again, but we're busy pre-stream. If you're in here, hi. We've got a clear, just a plain clear one with some black buttons. Got the clear green one. Boom. We've got a Suicune SP with a USB-C in there. This is the one that has the audio out capabilities too, so if you have a USB-C to headphone jack dongle, then you can use that. But I don't have one of those to test it, but I did the soldering for it, so it should work. Let's see. We've got a Blastoise Game Boy Color, and I really like this white and purple one. It's beautiful. We've got a ton of... Oh. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. The lens slid off. Well, for now we'll put that just back on there, but I'll replace that later because I'm assuming the sticky part of the lens is not good anymore. But we've got all of these Game Boy Pockets. I've been good about keeping 5 of everything in stock. Speaking of, here's the last Game Boy Pocket, the Gengar one. I'm surprised that neither of these have sold yet. I know they're Game Boy Pockets and people are like, eh, on it, but long time lurker. Well, hello. We got another all yellow one to match the Advance. I'm not going to stack that up there because that's going to fall. We've got the Magikarp Game Boy Color. And then, do I have any room? Ooh, that was close. Clear red with blue. They're all on the website. Do I really want to get the DMGs out right now? Does anybody want to see the DMGs while I put this giant stack of Game Boys away? If not, we'll just get to saying names in the chat. So again, if you want me to say your name out loud on the stream, say something in chat right now. I'll say my hellos and we'll get started. Oh, we also have, I'll show these off real quick. We've got 2 macros left. I'm going to restock them soon, but I'm still debating on whether or not I want to continue using or adding speakers because, like, they're just so quiet and so pointless. It's not, it doesn't feel like it's worth it at all. But I know people like sound. It's just, it's so quiet. What's the best screen for the GBP in your opinion and why? The Q5. There's 2 different kits for the Q5 screen. It's just the best one. It's the same one that's in the DMG. It's the same one that's in the Game Boy Color. It's great. Eventually, I think hopefully soon, we'll see the OLED screens come to the Pocket and the DMG because same size screen, same everything. And if it works for the Game Boy Color, it's going to work for the DMG and the Game Boy Pocket. So I'd say that would be the best one. Especially when you're looking at a black and white console on an OLED screen, it's going to be freaking phenomenal. But, yeah, anything else is just probably like a TFT screen. And those are just okay. I don't think they're worth the money because they're about the same price. They might be a little cheaper. Yeah. No one asked about the DMG, so I'm putting them away. All right. Last chance. I'm going to start saying people's names. Starting with DC, my mom, Harry, Batson, Mad Blaster, Joshua, Internet's Checkpoint, Saga Frontier, Just My Mage. I think that's everybody. Hello. Welcome. Quiet in chat today. That's all right. We're just vibing. But we're going to do a GameCube today, as you can probably tell. But there's something a little different from normal about this GameCube in particular. We are going to be needing to use this adapter. That is your name, Joshua. Joshua. I just think of friends every time. I'm sure you don't get that a lot. I don't know, maybe. Okay. But yeah, there's the only thing that's like scratched up is the bottom with this one. But overall, it's a very clean shell. This is an original shell. A little dusty in the back, apparently. We'll clean it off a little bit more. I thought I already cleaned this off. Guess not, because dust flies. But it is a fairly clean console. And if you couldn't tell when I had it like this, this is a DOL 101. So, as it says on the sticker over here, it is a 101 model, which if you're talking SPs would be awesome, but this is a GameCube, so it's not as awesome. That means there is no digital out port, so you cannot take, wait for it, you cannot take one of these and plug it into the back because not the right port. You have to use AV cables with this. I think there is a mod where you can add an HDMI port to this, but I'm not doing that. So this is AV only, so it will be a little cheaper. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. But oh, also on that note, normally we put stuff in the SP2 port. Yeah, serial port 2. But we don't have one of those. We still have the cover as though it's there, but this was actually never officially used as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. So they removed it with this because they're like, yeah, we're not making any add-ons for this. I don't know what the idea was behind it other than having add-ons. Like this was the Ethernet adapter that they made, and then this was for the Game Boy Advance player. Those were all still there because those actually had products made for them. And then they're just like, yeah, we'll scrap this. There's some 001 models, the later models, that don't have that too. So instead of putting our SD card in there, it will be taking up a slot in the memory card slot. So another reason that it's not as cool. Other than that, it's exactly the same. There's no incompatibilities with anything. It's just this will take up a slot in your memory cards. So it is going to be slightly cheaper, and it's an original shell, so it's a little cheaper as well because I really only base my prices off of I'm blanking. Based off of like what I'm spending. I usually just try and keep the same profit margin no matter what the product is, because I don't want to charge you more just because like, oh, I didn't have to spend as much money on this, so I'm going to make more money. I don't know. But anyways, let's just get started, huh? I'm going to need to bust this case open that's off screen. Carefully. There we go. I have a bunch of other Game Boy screws where I hold this bit, which it's got the extendo on it. So we're going to use the LTT screwdriver. But this attachment is for my automatic driver. So we'll just have some fun with it. And have it block my face. How you guys doing? Let's read some chat. Yeah, DC, I was just muted so I could get you to say something about it. That was the whole reason. But thank you for adding a link in the chat. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about that while I'm thinking about it. The reason I'm doing a 101 today is because I am switching up how I'm selling GameCubes. So I'm gonna try doing them made to order right now because I'm blanking on my reason why. But that means everything will be available. The stock that I actually list on the website is based off of the shells I currently have on hand. I also have enough GameCubes to fill those slots, but that just means that GameCubes may take a little extra time to ship out because I might have to make them. Sometimes I might just get ahead for fun if I have nothing else to do. But most likely I will be making it once they're purchased, unless it's a special case like this. And I'll never make anything like this, made to order, because like I don't prefer to sell the 101 models. Oh, we have to do a battery mod to this too. Okay. I thought I did this one already. I guess I never opened this one. So yeah. We'll do that. Probably towards the middle. I was gonna say the end, the middle. But yeah, GameCubes are made to order now, so you have more of a variety of choices. All of the color options are available for the new shells, but if I do come across a 101 model or a 001 model that doesn't have SP2, or just an original shell that is in really good condition, then those will probably be the ones that I do on stream. or any of those specialty ones that I just listed will just be ready to go. And if you're ever wondering, like, hey, I want this like ASAP, and you want to know if it's been made or not, just let me know. But the way I plan about going about it is once it's purchased, I just immediately start on it. So it would probably still be about the same delay for like actually getting the packages dropped off. Because I usually wait a day or two to drop off packages just in case anybody's trying to scam me. Because it's happened a couple times before. Longtime viewers know. Yeah. Oh, I know you're just here to give me a hard time, DC. And help me put links in the chat. It's not too dusty in this one. Do you own a Game Boy Micro? Wish to find a cheap one in the future? I do own one. The only reason I own one is because it completes the collection. I don't like it. I actually really despise the Game Boy Micro. Even the myth, the man, the legend, Reggie Fils-Aimé himself says that it was a dumb thing for them to make it. It came out after the DS. The DS Lite was in production, and they're putting out the Game Boy Micro. And on top of that, it's small and uncomfortable. But if you like it, that's fine too. It doesn't affect me. I just like to rant about it because I think it's silly. Nice to be here. Yeah, everyone seems to be buying them now, GBAs and cubes. I've been getting a lot of orders. I'm assuming because, at least around here in the US, it's tax return season. So another reason why I've been trying to be on top of restocking lately. And another reason why I switched to made to order GameCubes. For the GBAs, why do they simply say IPS screens and not the type? I don't know why people don't differentiate things. Like, there's so many shells that are made for IPS or IPS ready. Like, no. Yes, one of them, maybe. Not all of them. I try and list them on my website with the kit. The only time I don't really list the kit is on... Well, with Game Boy Colors, there's only ever one IPS screen I'm using. And same thing with the pockets. But the only real IPS mod is the Q5 for the Game Boy Pocket. And once I start putting more OLEDs on the store, it'll be listed as OLED instead of IPS. So I'm always trying to label them because I don't want to answer a bunch of you guys' emails saying, which kit is this? Which most people don't really care. Usually the people who do care are the ones who are going to mod it themselves. But I did get a few emails from time to time. I'm like, okay, I don't want to answer this question over and over again. The micro is a novelty item, not great for playing games, for sure, but cool to own. Yeah, I guess it's cool to own. I might feel differently about owning one in like 20 years, but... Okay. There's all of those. See how dusty it is underneath. Not so bad. It's a little dusty. A little dust never hurt nobody. It hurts me though. I'm gonna put on this vacuum. So if you're wearing headphones, I'll give you 3, 2, 1. Fan's not so bad. I don't know why the dog's barking. There is an Amazon package on the way to my house, so there might be an abrupt one of those, but a lot more frequent. All right, you can stop now. Thanks. Love you, dog. I think the Amazon people might be here. So I do have a mute switch on ready. And if she starts going off too crazy, then I will just mute for a minute. But we can go ahead and take off the heatsink. There are 6 little screws for that. Yeah, if they appreciate in value, I will. I mean, I already do like the value of the monetary value of the Game Boy Micro, but I think it's already gone up a little bit in value since I bought mine. And they will only go up in value. So, will they make me millions? Probably not. Yeah, Nugget's got a lot of opinions, and she makes them known. She will make them known. Okay. And we can wiggle back and forth. There we go. And the one of those pads is already coming off. So from here, I'm also realizing that the 101's got the power supply built in to this part of the motherboard. So is there nothing underneath? Are we just switching? Oh, wait. It's super dusty under there. So I'm going to... Normally I wouldn't have to go this far if we're reusing the shell. But I think I want to try and get rid of the dust. If this was for just me, then I would probably just leave it. But I can see there's a ton of dust underneath here. Yeah. That's a good amount of dust. I think that this is I think this would be compatible with the 101. Because I think you can just drop in the power supply in there. That's interesting. So the only real difference would be that that back piece where the AV out port is. Okay, I'm gonna use the vacuum again. So You got 3, 2, 1. Definitely better. I'm going to blast this with air. It's going to be away from the mic, but it might still be loud. So, fair warning still. And dust is still flying all over here. That's all right. But surprisingly, not much dust on, like it looks like it, but it's, I don't know what that is. Oxidization? Oxidizing, whatever the word is. There. Like this. Yeah. Okay. Now we can turn the screwdriver back that away. Ooh. Just realized we're doing a 101 model, so I'm definitely gonna have to look up if I can still use the QSB. I might have to wire it by hand. Favorite stock color GameCube, or sorry, GIF GameCube. The purple one will always be my favorite. Tonio. I think that I do like the indigo one. It's nice. I had a black 101 model just like this growing up. It's still on set. I'm surprised I actually kept a console that old. That was very unlike me. But I don't know. I like the black GameCubes, but I think platinum is probably the coolest. Yeah, I think I'd go with platinum. Platinum just looked clean. Wire by hand. I could do it with my foot, but I don't want to end up on Wiki Feet. So now I gotta explain what Wiki Feet is to my parents. Now that I've made that joke. But... okay. That is my goal as a YouTuber, is to not end up on Wiki Feet. Alright, yeah, let's clean this up first, and then I will drop that cord. I will clean this up, and I will look up to see if I can actually use the quick solder board for this mod. Okay. Yeah. Let's look this up. Oh, look at that. The Amazon stuff has been delivered, which means macros will probably be restocked this week because that was extreme right shells in that package. So maybe that's what the dog was barking about. Okay. I'm gonna go to AliExpress. That's where I got my quick solder boards. And I'm not seeing anything about just being a 101 or not. Yep, okay, it's for 001 only, so we will be wiring by foot. Okay. Oh, I guess I need to pull up the diagram too. I have to pull up my I have to pull up my video. Hold up.
Do I really need to make
Nope. I'm fast forwarding through my own video. Okay. We've got 101s. Okay. What's the difference? I I am not seeing a difference. Other than maybe the chip is in a different spot. Oh, it's on the bottom, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah, okay. I think that's the only difference. I think everything is the same. Yeah, the chip is just on the bottom. Sorry to break it to you, but Jake is actually an extremely realistic VTuber. Yeah. Was someone asking about VTubing? Or are you just making a joke? Ordered an IPS screen for my GBASP. I know you've been the first YouTuber to be real enough to convince me to solder. Nice. Nice, nice. The nice thing about the SP is that it's only one wire for soldering. And honestly, the V5, if you went with that, I don't know which one you went with. The touchpad's fine, but I do think that no touchpads and using the brightness button to adjust it is so much nicer. But yeah, nice. Soldering is just a nice tool to have in your arsenal, and I highly recommend more people at least give it a shot, because like, yeah, there's a lot of soldering jobs that are hard, but for the most part, like, any Game Boy mod is really not that hard in the grand scheme of things. So I always recommend people to at least give it a shot, and if you like it, awesome. You might be able to fix some things around the house and save some money later down the line. The peel for the RAM chips thermal pads came off. That's all right. Okay. So from here, well, I guess we'll trim these wires after we've soldered them down, because I think the two that get soldered down here are going to need some, I don't know. It's going to be harder to solder the wires to the to this guy once they're soldered to this board. So I guess I will try to do. I'll solder to this board first, the Pico. Got it. I don't even need to use this. This is one of the blue ones I got. I've been trying to get more of the different color boards for it. But I'll save that for another one, I guess. Okay. Yeah, let's do some soldering. That is plugged in. Put this over here. And we can zoom Mazda. Not sponsored. I drive a Chevy. Anyways, we still solder to the same points for a DL 101. I'm also gonna go Ash Ketchum mode here. Take the hat back so it doesn't block you guys. But I cannot promise that I won't block the view. And that is as far as I can zoom in. So get really close to your computer if you want to see this. All right, I'm at 300 degrees Celsius. I'm going to also move my mic a little bit further back. And try and move the GameCube a little more out of my way. We are going to add solder to GP4, GP5, GP6, and 7, the ground that's in between those, and the 3v3 on the other side. Now, on my diagram that I even use in my video, I have ground over here. It doesn't matter. There's multiple grounds here. As long as it's GND, we just need to solder to that. They're all connected. Well, at least this ground is connected to the spot we need to be. So, GP4, which I guess it doesn't say on this side. It just says the numbers. So we're going to solder to 4. I'm going to solder to 5. Solder to ground. We're going to solder to 6 and 7. There we go. And then, not the best. We brought it back around though. Cool. We've gone no flux so far. And then I like to keep it so it's the same colors as my diagram. I did adjust. I guess I didn't adjust it at this point. Okay. There we go. At some point in the video, I changed the colors on the diagram to match the colors of the included wires. Just so it's easier. There we go. There is our red power line. Then we can do 6 and 7 we want to bridge together. Just like that, as it's not in focus. Just like that. Other than that, we don't want to bridge anything else. So we will carefully solder ground. And then it's purple, then green. The purple wire goes to number 5. And the green goes to number 4. Wow, that was really easy. And out of focus, hey, come on. Come on. Nope. Camera, not today. Okay. Yes, I know the menu's upside down. It's because technically this is oriented upside down. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. It looks great. I do wish that I didn't have. There we go. I didn't want the wire as exposed because it's like over that chip there. But that should be good for now. I'm gonna clean my soldering iron tip, and we can zoom out. Hello, flower. Yeah, I was aware. It happens a lot. I don't like to be in manual focus because I forget to refocus it. And then stuff like that happens. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I show the 101 later on. Okay, there. At 7 minutes 10 seconds in my video, I have all the diagrams with the colors adjusted. Cool. So we have. Can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom on YouTube. That's nice. Okay, we've got our. Let's focus on this here. Come on. This is the chip we need to solder to. Here is the screw hole. And so based off of that, the green wire will be on top, and that will be right here, the third pin. And then over here, we'll solder the yellow pin right there. So if we have it soldered like that, we flip it over. I feel like it's not gonna need that much more. It's not gonna need that much more extra length, so we're gonna cut it to like the middle after the first bend, between this first and second bend, and cut them all. Hopefully it's not too short. And then we can strip all the wires just a little bit. I'm going to do the wire stripping off camera because it's going to be out of focus anyways. And I don't want to accidentally drop any wire shavings in the GameCube, because that might cause a short later down the line. But I shortened the wires because these wires are a little too long, and sometimes the connection gets worse if the wires are too long. It's not rated for very long of wires, but the people who make these kits on AliExpress don't seem to care about that, because they've yet to change the length of their wires. But I was watching an older video, and I love your PDX carpet GBA. I love our airport. I love our airport too. Yeah, the PDX carpet is cool. I was like, I don't want to say obsessed with it, but I really liked it. For those who aren't local, they don't get it. But I mean, there's a lot of Oregonians who don't understand it either, but they at least know about the craze. Most people are probably confused as to what I'm even talking about. There was a carpet at the carpet at the Portland airport was famous because it was kind of like one of those, I don't want to say ugly, but ugly 90s designs. But it was like, it was charming, it was cute, and I kind of liked it. And then they removed it, and it was a big deal. But the pattern was kind of cool. But it's kind of like in that camp of like the Jazz Cup design from Dixie. I think that's a Dixie Cup thing. But all right, let's solder green and yellow. Okay. I'm going to use flux here. And the heat is coming on. The heat is on. The heat is on. And I'm not going to turn it off. So if the noise, the white noise bothers you, sorry. I don't care. Yep. Okay. I'm also going to add a little bit of solder to my tip. I know you're not supposed to put solder directly on your tip, but I would like to. I'm using flux anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. Then yellow. Oh, I need to go the other way. I forgot. This is going to be flipped. I still soldered it to the right spot. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I am going to quickly unplug and put a little bit of Kapton tape over that. For those who don't know, Kapton tape is a cool little tape that will protect stuff from heat and shorting. Can't think of the other word that I want to use there, but it'll prevent shorting. It's non-conductive. That's what I wanted to say. So we can put that over the exposed solder. So when the metal shielding is near it, there shall not be any tomfoolery. And we can flip this over. I know we're still zoomed in. Just give me a minute. We'll zoom out just so I can show you when I am. Ooh. I'm realizing now that like the reason why we have the shrink tube is so when we put this down, nothing gets pinched. I think that's still fine. But since we're on both sides of the PCB for this model, it doesn't really go very far in there. So, I might try and cut this shorter because this will be a problem. We'll see. For now, I'm just going to worry about soldering. So, the other thing is these wires in these kits can be a little long on the ends. And so when I was trimming them down, I didn't leave as much wire exposed. And so, I don't know if you can see that. I'm too white. My white balance is off. I don't have as much exposed, but on the black one, I have a little bit more exposed because we're going to need to bridge these pins together. I also want to keep that from fraying. We can do this, and we can make sure we're in as best a focus as I can get. And I believe that this trying to zoom in. I believe it's the same pinout for this here, so shouldn't be any different from what I'm used to. Imagine if your name was Thomas Foolery. I think that would be awesome. I feel like if you have the last name Foolery and you don't name your son Tom, you're doing a disservice to the world and your son. Okay, maybe you'd be punishing your son for no reason, but it's funny. Oh, you could see me stripping the wires in the face cam. Cool. Maybe I should do that. I've never really thought about like going full face cam on parts that it's not easy to get it underneath here, but something keeps knocking against something else. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of driving me crazy because it's like making a little noise. Anyways, let's get to soldering. Let's put some flux down on the spots we need to, which are those 2 points, this point, and this point. So I'm going to definitely need my tweezers here so I don't burn myself, because this is going to be tight. And we're going to try and bend this. I'm also going to add a little bit of solder. That didn't really do much. And nope, that did not do it. Okay. And we're soldered in. Beautiful. Sort of. We've got like a little bit of frayed wire that was detached there, but I think now we're good. Now we're good. Okay. Now we can do red. That was second from the left, yeah. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about this wire is that it frays really easily. And it's not, I can't get in. Yeah, that's as far as I can zoom in. So I'm more focused on doing it than showing it off. If you want to see how it's done in a better light, check out my tutorial. I think it's linked in the description. Okay, now we can try and get some extra solder on these connections here. But these ones are also like really stubborn. So I'm going to turn up my temperature to about 350. It's 350 degrees Celsius. because old solder just tends to need a little more heat to burn better, to flow better. I could also probably use a little bit of cleaning on my iron here. And I'll add a little bit more to my tip. Add it to the edge of the wire. And I think we may have actually done it. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna reflow that pin there. So it was getting a little close. I think we're good. So, from here, I'm gonna grab my scissors again. I'm gonna see. Let me zoom out now. Seems as though we're still in focus. I'm gonna try. Doesn't rip very easily, which is probably a good thing. But trying a pro gamer move here. Okay, I split both sides here, so I can do this maneuver. So when we lock this down, well, one, I can also pull the top wires through a little bit better. Now it can go over that area on both sides of the board and hopefully protect those wires a little bit more from any pinching. We're still going to be careful, but we can go ahead and remove the rest of these pads here. Just mushing them off with my fingers. I know it's a bit off camera, but again, I have better looks at it in my actual tutorial. And now I've got clay on my thumb. It's not actually clay, at least I don't think so. I don't know how conductive that is, but I really don't know what thermal compound is. If any brainiacs in the chat want to let me know, or if anyone is curious enough to Google it. But once I'm done wiping these down and putting on the new ones, I will I will go wash my hands because I don't want to get any of this on the actual, what's called, the actual GameCube. But this is also pretty self-explanatory, this part. I know it's half on camera. So, as long as you are putting it on the corresponding circles, squares, and rectangles, you'll be fine. It is a bit of a toddler's puzzle. There we go. And then we can line that up. I'm going to cover it up because I'm looking at the screw holes to line it all up. And then I'm going to proceed to throw this stuff away. Go wash my hands. DC, you're in charge. I think that's all of them. Get the thermal pads. Yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Ow, don't step on the plastic pieces that you put on the floor. My camera die? Wow. It hasn't been that long. And it's one of my good batteries. We're out of focus again. Okay. Where was I? Screwing this down. Okay. This is why you don't leave DC in charge. The camera dies, everything goes to crap. Did it die like as soon as I walked away? Which, by the way, when screwing this back down, you want to be very careful. I mean, like, it's always good practice to do a cross pattern when you're screwing things down. But especially on this one, because one, you don't want to tighten anything down too much. And you want to keep as even a pressure as possible on this. So I don't fully screw any of these down on the first go around. And then I go until there's like a little resistance, just like the tiniest bit of resistance. And then I swap to another one. And then I keep going until there's like no resistance every time I start screwing one of them down. Or there is resistance, not there's no resistance. I want some resistance. Like that. Perfect. That is nice and tight, but not too tight. Okay. And what else do I need to do? I still do need to swap the battery on this. And that's pretty much where we're at. So I will move this over for the time being, because I could have thrown away the extra bits of wires. We will also need to do the SD card setup, because I, once again, as I normally do, forgot to set up the SD card last night. But that's alright. I've learned with how many times that I've made that mistake. I've learned to put all of those files that I need on this computer, so I don't have to run to my room, turn on my computer, and do all that. A little bit of dust. It's alright. Actually gonna blast it with air. Sorry, I didn't give a volume warning that time. I'm gonna do it again though, so. There's just a bit of dust on the gray part. Want to take care of that. But this battery is from 0408. I doubt it's from 2008. 2004 seems more realistic. Were they still making GameCubes in 08? I guess that's possible. Wii was in 2007, but I feel like they wouldn't have continued to work on. I don't know. Either way, it's an old battery. So we're gonna get out a new one there. So from now on, if you own this GameCube, or whoever owns it in the future, they need to replace the battery. It is just getting a new one and putting it in. Well, once we solder this down. So, the way I like to do it is I like to... Here, I can zoom in for this one. It's not quite in focus. It's close. Close enough. I like to heat it up to 300 degrees Celsius once again. I like to heat up one side, pull the whole thing down with my tweezers, and heat up the other side. Pull that out. Bing, bang, boom. Bob's your uncle. Do I still have... Oh, it's already used up. Okay. I'm going to get out some solder wick. I will zoom back out for this because I don't think you really need to have a close-up view of this. And I will unplug my soldering iron since this is kind of a pain to pop out. And shouldn't need much. Wait. No, I already cut it. But I'm like realizing that I might have another strand of it somewhere that's not completely used up. Never mind, I don't see it. I like to cut it off of this because the heat will travel down the whole thing, and then this might melt a little bit. Especially because I got a big old ring this time instead of 3 smaller ones. Then we can wait for this to heat up again. Imagine your name was Robert. I don't have any Uncle Roberts, but I have 2 Uncle Randys. That is a saying that I will never understand. I'm sure someone could tell me, but I don't. It's just one of those things that doesn't really make sense. I feel like it's a reference you need to know. I also feel like I need to turn up the heat on this. It's also like a really bad spot to desolder. I have to like balance it. I know you're not supposed to drag when you're doing this, but it does make it easier. Just puts you at a higher risk of ruining the pad. Okay, so positive. Yep, okay. That is the orientation. And it's pretty locked in there, so all we need to do is add some solder. Boom. And Shelly's your aunt. No, other sides of the family. They are not twins. Who would name? Not making fun of you, but who would name their kids, like if they had 2 kids, especially twins, the same name? That would be an interesting choice for a family. Yeah. Anyways, we can stick this battery in there, and boom. Yeah, it's just happenstance that I have 2 Uncle Randys. Because they're on different sides of the family. Okay. Now, we can screw these back down. And the rest of this mod is going to be screwing it together. You're upset that nobody decided to name their kid Child? Why? We'll put the disk drive on first. So this is why we want that there, is to protect it from being pinched. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. But okay. I guess I should try and shift this down a little bit, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that much. Maybe like so. There we go. I was about to turn on my soldering iron. We don't need to do that. But we can screw down this side. And since this is a little funky, I'm gonna not screw them down all the way, like not super tight around the wires. Child wouldn't be the last name, DC. No need to come into the farm? Alright. I feel like I haven't addressed that in a while. We don't actually own a farm. I know unicorn farm is typically what we call it. But we don't own a unicorn farm. That would be cool though. I mean, we totally own unicorns and stuff. We just don't want to be too public about it because then we'd be too famous, you know? How in the world? Oh, yeah, I need to do that screw too. Because that's going to get covered up by the power port. First name adult. Adult's child. I did go to school with a guy named, the family was the Dover Spikes, and one of the boys' names was Ben Dover Spike. I don't know if they were being funny or not. I'm going to use the little bracket here. There's a 3D printed bracket that these come with. Well, some of them come with them. And you can just slide that in there. And then you can also use it to screw it down. Now, I'm not going to do it very tight at all. Yeah. That is going to get bent up like that. Or probably more likely bent down. Let's just do that now. Try and train it to go the way we want it to so it's not pinched on the outer shell. And now I'm just going to be screwing away. That'd be child foolery. Thomas Foolery is my father. Call me Tom. I'm not joking. I went to school with Ben Dover Spike. He was not in my grade, but Hannah was. I'm not trying to get you with another joke like I did for whatever. I can't remember what it was. What was the song? I'm totally blanking on the name of the band. The Chad Kroger bit. That was funny. The only reason I turned that into a short was Instagram had contacted me and they're like, hey, your shorts are doing well. If you post 5 more by the end of the month, we'll give you it was like a $50 or $100 bonus. I'm like, all right. So I turned like everything into a short for that month. And I never got another one of those bonuses again because they weren't great shorts. Reels, sorry. No. Okay. Thought I dropped that down. Oh, that's where the other screw is. Nickelback, thank you. I don't believe it. I can send you a picture of my yearbook later if you'd like, DC. My parents can confirm. All right. And we still got to screw these in. Will confirm for $5. Well, you still owe me like $3, so. Can everybody spell potatoes in the chat? Like specifically the plural, potatoes. Everybody just go ahead. Right how you think potatoes is spelled. No particular reason. All right, DC. Anybody else who wants to participate, I'll give you a couple more seconds here. I'm gonna blow the dust out of this real quick. Also gonna blow the dust off of this real quick since I remember this piece was dusty at the beginning. Now it is not. My mother had put on a shopping list potatoes spelt wrong. She didn't put the E in potatoes, and it's not a big deal because it's a grocery shopping list for her. No one's gonna see it. No one else was supposed to see it, but I had seen it, and I had said it's spelt with an E, as an ES, and that turned into an argument. And well, I was right. We looked it up, and I was right because I'm always right. And then later, I think it was the next day, it was family night, so we're all together eating dinner, and then I was bringing it up, and my dad's all, no, there's no E. There's no E, or he said it could be spelled both ways. I'm like, no. And he didn't believe me. So we bet on it. And he still owes me a couple of dollars because he tried to shortchange me. Oops. How do I spell colors? Not with a U. I think that was part of the reason why we wanted our independence, is because we didn't want to use some unnecessary U's in our words. All right, and I believe we're done. Colors, C-O-L-O-R-S, colors. There's no U. Philip. I was just gonna call you Phil. I'm like, no, it's a Philip. Yeah, I know. Australians do with the U too. It doesn't make any sense. You guys are independent too. You don't have to use U's anymore. United States of America, exactly. Land of the free, home of no use. Alright, so we are going to have to do things a little bit funky here. Because since this is a DOL 101, we have to get it on screen, we have to use a couple adapters. So if you're using this on a monitor TV and you don't have any of these plugs in your TV, then you'll want to get something like this. This is not amazing, but it's the cheapest option that like everybody has. So we're going to use this to plug into the HDMI cable, because it's HDMI out. It's not going to upscale or nothing. There's not much you can do with an analog signal like this, at least with the composite. I think that's what these are. You would need some component stuff. Anyways, I'm going to plug this into the GameCube. And then I'm going to plug this into power somehow, one way or another. I'm going to get you. I'm going to unplug my Stream Deck, I think, because I need a USB-C port here. And I really don't use my Stream Deck enough. It's alright. Now, our HDMI output is powered. And then we've got... So, don't judge me when I'm gaming here, because I'm using like 18 adapters to get this on stream for you guys. This would really be all you need, and there shouldn't be any lag from this thing. But, at least anything noticeable. It's very cheap. But, plugged into HDMI, normally that would just go to your TV if you're a normal person, and not dumb like me, who has to plug it into a splitter, then plug it into the HD60S, my capture card, and then plug it into my computer, and then this software that is going to show me the thing, because I don't have a TV over here to actually play off of, to maybe get less delay, it's going to be extremely delayed. So I'm also going to grab this, plug this in. Oh, I need to grab an SD card. There's another change that I'm doing. I do have a couple of these SanDisk ones left. They're not anything special. They're 100 megabits per second, but that is still very fast enough to load any Game Boy or GameCube game, any Game Boy game too. It's not like, I shouldn't say it's very fast. It's fast enough for a GameCube. But I did change up to a different brand of SD cards. Because I couldn't find the 10-pack that I've been getting of these. So I switched to a different, I think it was like a 20-pack or something like that. I saved like $1. So I guess there I will make more money off of you. I saved $1. Yeah, the upscaler. It is not upscaling anything. I guess it does scale it up. It doesn't do anything to make it better. It stretches it. I would like to allow that. I'm going to add the files. I'm not going to show that right now. But we can go into the iCloud drive. Where's my GC stuff folder? GC mod stuff is what I have it called. And drag and drop that into the no name. Copying 143 megabits. Oops. Okay. Take that out. And then, since there's no SP2 port, we can put that in there. And then we can put that. You can put it in slot 1 or slot 2. Probably better to put it in slot 2. And then we can flip to... We'll flip to Facecam for a second, say hi, and then we can go over to games. Oops, I forgot to press the button. It was supposed to be seamless, but I'm not that cool, I guess. You gotta plug in the GameCube. I'm a professional. Whoa. Like I said, it stretches it. So I guess where is it? Transform. Fit the screen. There we go. It also does stretch the image to 16 by 9. I think it's... Swiss might be in 16 by 9. I don't remember. But yeah. We are in... Oh, wow, that is a massive delay. And we've got Crazy Taxi right there that we can load up in just a second. I'm going to go grab a disc so we can confirm that that is working. We've got, let me show it off, Super Monkey Ball. Probably can't see that very well. And we can go over to DVD. I don't know why it's called DVD. It's not a DVD drive. It's a mini DVD drive. And it reads Super Monkey Ball. So we'll load that up. Is my mic... Yeah, okay. My mic's good. Accessing memory card. I don't have a memory card in there. Press the B button. It is definitely one of the best GameCube games. Yeah. it is the picture, I guess, depending on what you're using. If you need to use an adapter like I've got to plug it into your TV, this adapter does not do the GameCube any favors. But if you're using this on a CRT, it's going to look pretty good. If you're using this on a TV that actually has the red, white, and yellow cable plugs, then that will make it look a little bit better. It's still not going to be great. It's still analog being converted to a digital signal. But oh my gosh! Oh, ooh, the delay. And again, there shouldn't be any delay for you. I've just got one cable going into one adapter that goes into another cable that goes into another adapter that goes into the second adapter has the cable coming out of it. Let's see if I can do this with the delay. And then it goes into my capture card, which goes into my streaming software, which also has its own delay. The worst part is the streaming software. Streamlabs is not like a screen you want to play off of. Oh, this will be fun too. And I think one of these adapters, or maybe it's just the streaming software being crappy, or maybe it's me, but I don't have the game audio on here. So one of these days I'll have a monitor on the stream setup that I can actually play games where it's not a horrible delay. The fact that I was able to do that with 21 seconds left still, I'm pretty proud of that. If you're going to stream with this, then I think the HDMI mod is necessary, yeah. Or at least an adapter. I like the Kaiko adapter. I made a video on the second channel talking about it a little bit. I'm not really a big fan of HDMI mods, just because they're such a pain. If you have a good adapter for it, or you just get a decent upscaler, then it's good. So that one wasn't so bad. Ooh. Can I do it without falling, though? Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Cool. Yeah, if you have a RetroTink for this will be nice. It's still only... There's no AV port, or it's only an AV port. So, the RetroTink 4K does have a plug for it, but if you've got the money for a RetroTink 4K, you should probably just get the a 001 model. But if you're wanting to use a modded GameCube with a CRT, this is a great option. Or if you just have an older TV, this will be fine. Doesn't necessarily have to be a CRT. Ooh, okay, this is going to be the test. I don't know if I can do this. Okay. I know. Yep. Dang. Okay. Well, you get the point. It reads the disc, but What if we don't want to play off the disc? I mean, the whole reason we did this mod is so we could get Swiss booted up on here, right? I'm going to put this away while this is loading. Another game that's going to really mess with me with the delay. But I'm pretty proud of myself for only failing at the very end of level 10. Even though it's beginner. That's just a lot of delay. And you not being able to do those fine adjustments on Monkey Ball is tough. I don't know if the 101 Sports S video. That would be a great question for Google. It doesn't upscale, it just scales up. Yeah. I don't have a memory card in this one. It was a good effort, thank you. I appreciate it. But we're clearly loaded in here. I'll pick my girl Gina. And I guess I was going to take a picture of this. But let's we'll play a quick round of this and then we'll list the GameCube. So if you are wanting this guy, I don't remember how much I listed the last 101 model for, but we will it will be a little cheaper than the ones with new shells and the ones with that are the 001 models. So whoa. Oh yeah, I guess that's, I haven't done the 101 model that I did last time was I use a new shell. So oh, excuse me, sir. I'm driving here. So I'll probably have to look at a couple of listings to see what price we're going with here. I have an idea of what I'll probably list it at, but I don't want to say it out loud in case I'm wrong, and then people will be like, you said this. I think the worst part about, I don't know if it's AV or if it's this adapter, but it's dark. Like, it would be so much better just getting a little bit of a lightened filter on this. Oh, didn't know you were right there. Pizza Hut. Wonder how much money they got for all the product placement in this game. Because no one out pizzas the Hut. Actually, everybody does. I say that all the time. I don't like Pizza Hut. Wow. I know that it's like the same places, the same people go to the same spot every time. But I've never picked up those people and had such close drop-off points like that. KFC, another. More product placement. And next to the Fila store. I think, is that how you say it, Fila? Never understood that. I don't even think they're a company anymore. There's the Levi's store. I also have no idea how much time I've got, or how much time is left on this. Let's pick up this person over here. I don't know if I've ever picked them up before. Oh, no, picked up Reverend Tin Tom before. I wonder how much Big Church paid to get in the... just kidding. What do you think about the Pico with Bluetooth? The what? KFC, we're going back, baby. I'm guessing I'm running out of time because the numbers behind my head are blinking. And this guy only has 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop yelling at me, sir. The U-Haul got in my way. Class C license. Game over. Okay. But that is the GameCube. You saw me play with the disc. You saw me play over the SD card. The only problems was a little bit of delay from all my adapters. So, it will come with everything you need except for games and a controller. I don't include controllers. I thought about it, but I don't know, I did find a decent third-party controller, but at the same time, people are pretty picky about controllers, so it's like I either raise the price or I add it. I have it as an add-on, as a separate purchase if you'd rather, or I just don't offer it at all. I don't know. I'm not gonna do any like refurbished original controllers because I just don't have the time for that. But yeah, we can hit. Right here, let's do this. We can unplug that. So that just goes black. And then we do... Ooh. We do that. And our Stream Deck should come back to life. So then you can look at my pretty face. And then I can hit this button. And then I can hit this button. And that was how smooth the transition was supposed to be last time. But I was a doofus. It didn't plug in. I'm going to plug this into power. But get rid of all these adapters, clean up the mat a little bit. I'll take some decent pictures of this later, but I'm going to list it now. So if you are interested in this GameCube right here, I will be listing it for sale right now on the website. If you'd be so... Oh, DC's already beat me to it. There's a link in the chat. There's a link in the description. Or you can just go to retroremaster.com/collections/GameCube? Or is it just GC? I don't remember. Let's search GameCube. Oop, GameCube. Okay, 220. I guess I didn't knock the price down for it being an original shell the last time I did an original shell. I thought I did. You know what? I'm gonna be nice anyways. We are gonna make this a this will be $199.99. $99.99. I'm gonna do $200 on this one. So, is there a fancy name for this color shell, or is it just black? Because I know that graphite on the SP, but I don't think this was ever called the graphite GameCube. I'm not quite sure. What does it say on the sticker? If it does, it is not in English. I don't know. But yeah, a little 360 once again. These covers are a little scratched up. I believe these ones I pulled off of a different GameCube because these didn't come with this one. But there's some scratches here. This one's actually pretty clean. The front, the faceplate is fairly light gray still. The only one that's like a little yellowed is this one, but who cares? Because your GameCube is going to be like that most of the time, if not all the time. So there's just a few scuffs along the way. But you've seen me clear out a bunch of dust in this thing. You've seen all that I've done to it. So if you don't like it, tough. I will put this, that, and I will do one of these. I'll take this out. All right. I'll get better pictures later. More of an all-around thing. Whoop. And thank you, Ben. You just bought something. I don't know what you bought. Thank you. And there we go. It is now officially, at least it should now officially be listed on the website. I'm going to double check real quick. The very last listing here. There it is. And then you have all of the new shell options that are all 001s. Oh, also, I have I've sold out of the Kaiko upscalers that I talked about. And I don't know if I'm going to actually refill them just because they're available on Amazon. You can buy them on AliExpress. I have links in the description for that, I believe. But I don't know how necessary it is for me to sell it. It makes me a little bit of money, but I don't know. If there's more of a demand for it, I'll bring it back. But yeah. Thank you, DC, for dropping another link in the chat. Yeah, there's some Bluetooth mods. I don't like playing GameCube games with controllers that aren't GameCube controllers. So I like, the Power A controller's decent, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think it's that necessary of a mod, but it's a cool mod. Oh, Ben, you bought another console, another GameCube, so I guess I gotta get on modding a clear black GameCube then. So I'll probably do that maybe later today. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Crazy Taxi is fun. I love that. I love that game so much. I want to be able to play it. There is an app on your phone, at least on that iOS app store, but it's not the same. I want to play like the GameCube version on my phone. So whenever the GameCube emulators hit the app store, that'd be nice. Yeah, I've seen their GameCube controllers from Retro Fighters. I don't mind Retro Fighters, but meh. Yeah, the Prism HDMI adapter is nice too. It all uses the same open source firmware, I believe. The only one I don't recommend is the Eon GC because that's like ridiculously expensive for zero reason. So the Kaiko one's just like the cheapest one, I think. Maybe Prism might be in the same ballpark, but yeah. The iOS emulator is not available in the EU anyways. Well, at least you can spell color with a U. Anyways, I think that is about all I have for today. We've been going for an hour and 56 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in, all 26 of you who are still here. And we've got more likes than viewers, so I can't yell at you about that. So thank you all. Have a very lovely rest of your days or nights, depending on where you're at. It's 2:11 in the afternoon for me, and yeah, I guess I'm not going to work today. So that is it. Oh, and also last announcement is Friday's video is already up for the members. So if you are a member of this channel, you can go watch Friday's video now if you haven't already. It is the buy video. So if you want to become a member, you can go watch that right now. You can go watch the buy video right now. Members get videos a week early. I've been pretty good about that lately. That's pretty much the thing that I've stuck with for the past couple months is that's what the members get is a week early videos. So yeah, and I'll probably try and do the same thing for the second channel once I can actually get memberships for the second channel, as I'll let you guys watch videos a week early because I've been pretty good about editing videos ahead of time and having an actually decent schedule. But I got to get to work to keep that up. So I am going to be done streaming for today, and I will see you guys on Friday where I may or may not rant about Bai in the video. It's a really good video. I'm super proud of the video, so please go watch it, whether or not you want to watch it now as a member or on Friday. I'm really excited to share it. So I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. That was a good snap. That was a great snap.